Yo! What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be talking about how to manage, organize, and create your future wedding book for that future wedding couple. Let's go! So I recently came back from shooting a wedding in Greece, and I thought it would be a great idea to share some of my thoughts and processes in regards to creating a wedding book. A wedding book is nice to add to your photography package, especially when the couple wants to have something more tactile and physical with them. Something that you can, hold with your hands, kind of like writing in a notebook. Same feeling for me, especially like when I'm trying to write notes. Yeah, there's nice times that you can type on your phone or type on an iPad or something. But it's also nice just to, at least for me, when I write something in a notebook, I kind of retain the information better, especially when I have to read what I'm writing like over and over. Whereas maybe if I'm typing something on my phone, it's kind of just like quick, and it's just like I can edit it later, So I printed a book for my client, and it turned out, in my opinion, really great. I just wanted to share how I organized it and how I spaced out everything, just so in the future, if something that if you want to consider for creating your own book, or if it's something that someone else wants to look at, or if you want to create a book for someone else, these are some ideas and tips. So I printed the book and it turned out great, obviously in my opinion. I just want to share my thoughts on how to space, organize, and kind of just align things a certain way so people don't get lost when trying to read the book, or maybe just trying to go over the story. The photos that you're trying to showcase in the book is also a story, and I wanted to showcase that from beginning to end. And I just wanted to go over it with you guys. In the past, I've shot a couple weddings, and I've also printed a couple books for my clients, both either just by company, or I printed all of them physically and then organized them myself. But this one in particular, I ended up going with a company to print my photo book. To each their own, both concepts work, but this one I just ended up printing it because I just wanted a lot more flat lays, spanning out through the whole landscape, or maybe having some like offset a little bit. And I just found that more efficient when I got it printed. I ended up going with a company called Uprising. I went through a couple other companies, but I wanted to try this one because it had a lot of great options. So by the end of this video, you'll have a better framework on how to build your own booklet. You'll have the stepping stones to start thinking about photos before the wedding, just to organize things better. And hopefully your wedding will go way smoother. Okay, so let's get started. So let me get the book. Okay. All right, man. Let's get started. So this is the photo book I made. Again, it came from Uprising. They have a bunch of color options and colors, so it was really nice to kind of like have a different color and more customization, I guess. This looked really sick. Has a little bit of the names, and I just have a little bit of a title page there, a little indent. Okay, so FYI, I just when I created this one, I kind of wanted more minimal. I didn't really want too much text or anything like that. So it's just really about photos and kind of just getting that story experience when reading the book, or when looking at the book, I guess. Okay, so I always like to start with environmental shots, especially like right off the bat, as big as possible. So like, as you can see, like I try to spread it out as big as I could. That look kind of nice and kind of get some accent shots. So environmental shots, really important. Just to set the scene, especially what time of day we're going through, and like during the wedding, how it's depicted throughout the day. So it's really nice. Like this is the beginning, and this is like where everything started. So every time I have like a small, I guess like chapter or a specific time during the day, I always like to break it off with a photo that's landscape, which you'll see more as I continue with the book. Some examples. So yeah, just some like detail shots, Yeah, got some during all the ladies, the bridesmaids, which are really cool. Yeah, just like giving variations, like this was 5, all the way out, but I wanted to give really emphasis on the ring, some of the nice accessories that they had, and just some like actions here. So you can see like how they're kind of separated in a way that like one thing's happening on one end, like here, and then basically like what's happening in the background at the same time. So it's nice to kind of have like a perspective on like how big this thing is, or how much what's going on. Yeah, I hope that I said that right. I don't know, but let's keep going. Okay, so again, this was the beginning of the day, but this was the morning with the bridesmaids and the bride. And again, I talk about how I go from chapter to chapter by showing a flat light all the way out landscape, or as big as I can, just to showcase that like, okay, this is the next chapter, or this is like the next part of the story. So yeah, you can see it's like 3/4 of the way, and it's again some details. I do this a lot, especially for these, just because I want to like emphasize on maybe again like the chapter thing, but like I also wanted to add some extra details, you know. This shot, so sick. I don't know, like for me this turned out really good. I didn't really realize how great this one turned out. It was just like a spur of the moment, especially the sun was moving really quick. And just another thing, right, when you have these photos, you want to organize especially the times that you want to shoot, because at least for me this shoot was very quick. There's some times when we had to move from location to location, short amount of time, and we had a limit on what we can do. So what I did was like I made a list of these are the shots I need to get, some things to keep in mind while I'm at this location, emphasize like, okay, this is what the stories I'm trying to lead people towards. So yeah, okay, so again, couple shots a little bit bigger, nice with the groom and the dad, really cool, really nice, very nice. A lot of stuff, a lot of fun, a lot of just drinking. Ooh. Oh my. Again, I just went through some great photos with the family, with the groomsmen, with the parents, the dad, you know, they, you know, drank some liquor, you know, stuff like that. You know, some actions, putting on their outfits, the ties, you know, everyone getting ready, and it's great, right? And again, we go chapter change. This one I went really big, I went all the way. So again, like I wanted something flat laid to kind of like set the tone, set the mood right away, and set up the feeling immediately. So in this photo, it was when the bride is meeting the groom for the first time, and it wasn't necessarily the photos I took in order, especially like for when I met up with the bride first. We took a lot of single shots first, just alone, individually, and then I went with the couple after. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily right away, but I just decided to put this photo just to kind of like set the mood, right? So, and again, chapter change, boom. Variations, wedding dress, very nice. So again, like the chapter here is just the beginning of like what the mood is gonna be, and then it started of what I shot in order, which was the bride first and just her individually and just singled out, showcasing the dress, boom, and then the story of like, oh my gosh, did we meet? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Let's hug. Nice photo, right? Right? Okay, great. Let's keep going. Yeah. Location was great as well. Again, like pre-planning is like super important, right? Like a lot of shadow, not that much shade in this area, especially during the time of the day we shot this. So a lot of planning, a lot of pre-planning is needed, right? So this location was a little bit tough, but you just gotta use the shadows to your advantage. Especially the sun was at the highest, right? And the location that we shot this at is on top of a hill. So there wasn't a lot of opportunities for a lot of like soft shade and everything. A lot of it was harsh. But it turned out pretty good. I really like this. The location was really nice. Okay, let's keep going. Yes. Yes. It's probably one of my favorite shots. That was really nice. That's really good. Again, so we changed locations, and again, I wanted to change with a chapter change by showing a full landscape, right? Yeah, I really like how this book turned out. You know, you can really see like variations and like kind of keep you interested instead of like having like, you know, maybe the same format all here and there. The advantage of printing it with a company, you get to, you know, try all these different combinations and the variations of different looks that you want. So yeah, this turned out great. I really love it. Yeah, so the second location, right? Emphasis on the dress again, you know? So yeah, okay, so we're at like midday again, like another chapter change, you know? This is like, we're going to afternoon, right? So yeah, see, good thing I looked at it. Yeah, so it's really nice. Like I didn't want to showcase everybody. This is something too, when we're organizing photos, we want to like, at least for me, I wanted to have like, you know, like maybe like hero shots or maybe like their best shots, right? Especially when you're organizing the photos and getting it printed, you want to get like the best shots. You want to get your clean shots. You want to get the ones that matter as well. Especially when you're printing something like this, you want to get, you know, your best shots. You want photos that want to set the mood and kind of just set the tone of what's happening at this time. So yeah, I just wanted a couple variations here. Yeah, this is really nice. Again, storytelling, right? Yeah, I just wanted to like, for these, especially like, you could see that like, I have like a bunch of photos, maybe 3 or 5, 3, maybe like one of them was really big, but especially this section, I kind of wanted to isolate it a bit more. Story-wise, you know, we wanted to get bridesmaid and then flower girl, and then like the moment we hand off the bride to the groom. You know, I didn't want it like to be too cluttered, right? I wanted to emphasize, okay, this is like really important, right? And you can see with like negative space, right? If I blew this up all the way, maybe one photo would be really nice. Yeah, two would be good too. I just want to showcase like mom, dad, and like maybe that moment instead of like maybe having to choose one photo. Consider negative space, you know? Yes, see again, chapter, new chapter. Start with the large photo. Nice. For me, I really like to do black and white when there was like, it's either like a very serious moment or a really happy moment. It kind of just like changes your view, going from like a color, and then you're just all of a sudden like you're kind of hit with this like black and white, and you really have to focus on like the contrast, right? And then for me, for this photo, it's just like them laughing. You really see it immediately, right? Especially with the lighting. So yeah, that's great. Yeah. Awesome. But yeah, it turned out really great. That is awesome. This book turned out great. I love it. Okay, yeah, so these are the photos from like ending of the ceremony, you know, all the families, all the friends, had a really fun time, you know. Again, like this book is already like, yo, this book thick, okay? Thick boy, you know? I wish I could put everybody, like, I wish I can put every photo that I want, but this book would be mad thick, you know? Yeah, thick boy. Okay, very nice. Again, new chapter. This is like the dinner time. A lot of fun, a lot of, there we go. Yeah, see? Yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of speeches. This was a great speech. All of them are really nice. Couple dancing, of course. Again, chapter changed the night, how the mood changed. See, it was like a little bit, it was a little bit bright. Had some lights at the restaurant, but then the mood lighting at the dance floor. You know, had some of the dancing with the parents, you know. Get some fun moments, you know, this is really fun. Again, I want to put everything, but I can't, right? This book would be mad thick, you know what I'm saying? All right, we're at the end. Again, it's just like end page. Unlike the towel page, you know, this actually has something, you know, very big contrast, you know. Showcase like, hey, it's done, you know. Little offset, I put a little offset there. I didn't want to put straight in the middle. So that's great, yeah. Really nice texture. Book turned out really great. Really nice. Yeah, so I'm really happy on how this book turned out. I don't really have that many negative things, especially because this is something I chose from the, you know, from the start, you know, so to my expectations, right? But you know, this thing is a thick boy. You know what I mean? God damn. Yeah, so the key points for me for creating a book is to manage, organize all your photos before you create something like this. There's gonna be a lot of choices you have to make, and quite frankly, it's kind of fun. Let's say you had like 3,000 photos and you had to narrow it down to like 100. That's really tough, you know, but at the same time, it's like really fun to go through memories and kind of like see the progress of like what you were doing throughout that day. And I think that's it. So, all right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that some of these tips find you well. Probably one of the things I love about photography is capturing that exact moment that you may never capture again. That may never happen again because you just were in that moment, right? It gives me like a little bit of an adrenaline rush, right? It kind of gives me like that happy moment, especially for capturing that photo. I can only imagine for, you know, the photos being taken during the day, but I hope these tips and tricks helped. My nose. I'm just going. Sorry guys, I'm just coming off a cold, so it's a little bit tough. Okay? In the gym. Oh god. I hope this edit's gonna be so weird, man. So yeah, I hope these tips and tricks find you well in your next booklet creation. You know, whether it's for a portfolio book, something you want to put on a table, you know, something you want to gift to somebody. I just hope that you keep some of these tips in mind. Alright guys, I think that's it for the video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video and you want me to do more videos like this, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.